from somewhere in the ocean. Today we have a 3-show day of Tangled the Musical, so I thought it'd be fun to make a little vlog going throughout the day, a little get ready with me, a little morning routine. So we're gonna get ready now. Call time for show number 1 is in about 30 minutes. So I just got back from the gym. I like to go to the gym to do a nice workout and stretch. My favorite thing is to run a 5K in the morning just to really get moving. I feel like it really helps with my breathing and stamina on stage as well. And then I do a good bit of stretching. Came back, took a nice shower, did some vocal warm-ups. Now I'm just making my breakfast. I have my little protein oats, snagged a banana from the gym, so I'm gonna make that and eat that while I'm getting ready. But seeing as I have 30 minutes before call time, I need to start. So I'll show you a little bit of how I do my stage makeup and talk you through the day. And if you're new here, I'm a swing, so I'm not actually in every performance, only as needed. And today I'm not slated to be in the shows. So we shall see how that goes. Come show number 3, it could be a whole different story. I feel like I could possibly go in, but for now, we're not in. So I'm just gonna get ready as a little, just in case. I'm putting on some primer. I use this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I really like this one. It's affordable, and I find that it does really well with holding up with stage makeup. So I start with that primer, and then I'm going to do the base of my eyes. I like to start with my eye makeup first, because then if there's any fallout, you can kind of easily clean it up before doing the full face. As a base for my eyes, I'm using this NYX Bare With Me Blur. I got this as a foundation, but it's really thick and heavy, so I find that it works really well on my eyes, but I don't like how cakey it gets on the rest of my face. So I've been using it just as a base for eyeshadow. Generously pat this on over the eyelids, and then it leaves a nice base for my eyeshadow to go onto. So since this is Tangled, I'm gonna go for more of a natural palette. So I'm gonna use this e.l.f. palette, has more natural colors, and then this creme, don't know how you say it, this Hollywood palette, and I'm gonna use some of the like more neutral shimmers. I'll start with like a taupe brown, and I'll kind of just put it up here. I like to go a little bit higher up onto my eyelid, so that way it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger from stage. The stage lights are really bright, so it's important to kind of cake it on there good. So I'll blur this out a little bit more once I put on the rest of my makeup, but I like it to be a little bit darker, a little bit stronger, so it really pops from stage. Then from this little Hollywood pack, let's see, I'm gonna take this peachy neutral, and I'm gonna put it right in here. And I kind of blur it into the darker, so it kind of has a nicer fade into that. And then lastly, I'm going to take back on this e.l.f. palette, this lighter, creamier color, and I'm just gonna put that underneath my eyebrows and kind of blur in that darker taupe again. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of my neutral eyes, and then I'm gonna amp it up with some eyeliner, and if I do go in, I will put on false lashes. For eye pencil, I just have this espresso colored pen eye, which I put just under the lash line to keep my eyes looking larger on stage, and then I put a little bit up on top. I'm gonna cover this with some liquid eyeliner as well, but for now, at least, there's a little bit of some color up on top. My angle brush, and I'm just gonna blur it kind of like right into the lash. And under here, same kind of thing, just blend it up. And then when I put on like my foundation, it's gonna kind of tidy up these lines as well, which is part of why I like to do it in the order where I do my eyes first. So far that's what we are working with. I just remembered I need to eat my breakfast, so pause for a quick oatmeal bite. So once the eyes are done, I then put on some foundation. I really like this Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I'm kind of under the philosophy of, because we wear makeup so much and all the time, I don't buy really expensive makeup for stage makeup, as long as it's something that agrees with my skin. And I've been using this one for a really long time, and it doesn't give me really any excessive breakouts or anything like that. So for me, it's trusty. Even when I'm sweating, it doesn't cause me to have any skin irritation. So I feel like it's a good one because it's not crazy expensive. It lasts a while, but it also is really good for coverage. Anyway, I really do like this Fit Me. I just kind of pat it on with my brush, and then I take a blender, and then I'm gonna blend it and like dab it all over just so it's smooth. Great, so once the foundation is applied, I like to do my bronzer and my blush. I've been using this Too Faced bronzer. It's, a lot of this palette is almost gone, but I really like this one. It's called Fruitcake. I feel like it's really going nicely with my skin tone these days after getting a little bit of sun on this contract. And I just like to do a high cheekbone bronzer, so it gives a little bit of lift. And again, with these stage lights, it's really easy to get washed out. Like even just now in this camera lighting, you can see that I'm a little washed out. So I really like to make sure I have on enough bronzer and blush. That way we look good on stage. I put some up here at my hairline as well. It just gives a little more dimension to the face. Down here on my chin, a little neck action. I am racing a little bit because I realized by making this video I'm moving slower than I normally would, but we'll be fine. Give some contour there to the nose, a little bit on the upper lip, and again, just a little bit more on my cheekbones here. I will cover this up with a foundation powder, so that's why I kind of like cake it on a little bit first. Then when I put my all over powder on, it kind of neutralizes it a little bit. Now onto the blush. I'm just going to use that same blush from this palette. It's called Christmas Morning. Again, it's almost gone, which is sad, so maybe this Christmas I'll get a new Too Faced palette. I put a little blush on my nose because I think it looks cute. And then I do the apples of my cheeks. Now, if I was guaranteed going into show, I would be caking this on a little bit darker, just so it really reads from stage. But since I'm going in my pedestrian mode, I'm gonna just put it on a little bit lighter. I also think stage makeup is something that's really dependent, like venue to venue, as to like what your lighting system is like, how far you are from the audience. It's kind of like trial and error of like how much you actually need to pop on stage. So we've got the blush, we've got the bronzer. This is my go-to Fit Me matte and poreless powder. I'm going to just brush this on everywhere else to finish the look. Kind of just gives everything a nice, smooth, finished look. Lastly, I like to add a little bit of shimmer. I'm sad because this e.l.f. shimmer has discontinued, but I absolutely love it. It's like a little corally color. I put it on my nose and then on my cheekbones, and it's not really that strong. It's like kind of like a subtle shimmer, but I think it just finishes the look really nicely. Time check, I need to leave in 15 minutes, so we're doing pretty good. Gonna give myself some brow definition. I've just been using, this is honestly, it's a Wet n Wild palette, but I find with brows, it's not too important. I just kind of fill in my brows. I'm lucky I have quite a nice, well, I like it, brow shape, so it's not too hard. And then I just put some of this little like brow gel that it comes with, and I just brush the brows in place. There we go. That'll do. Now before I do my lipstick and mascara, I'm going to use some setting spray. I use this e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. Again, this is like really affordable, and I also find that it works really, really well. So let's spray. A lot of the time I'll take my beauty blender and like dab it out. And the reason I like to do this before my mascara is that it often makes my mascara run down my face. So I do this before I put any of that on. And then I tend to do my lipstick last because, well, I'm eating right now, but also just because then I can like brush my teeth and not mess up my lipstick. So that'll be the last thing. Ooh, nice dewy glow. Okay, this is a Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner, and I absolutely love it. So I like to do a liquid liner for the top. This is just gonna take some concentration here. Ooh, I just like to give it a little bit of a wing. This is kind of a rushed job. You get the idea, so it just kind of makes the eyes look a little bit bigger. Again, when I add on my fake lashes, this really makes them pop. But for now, since I'm not putting on lashes, I'm gonna put on my Pumped Up Colossal Volume Express mascara. That's a mouthful. It's by Maybelline, but I love this one. I find that it works really well. I feel like mascara is also something that you just, depending on what type of eyelash you have, it's gonna affect you differently. Different brands are gonna work really well for different eye shapes and different lash lengths and everything. But I find that this one is really good. My eyelashes are long, but this makes them really like thick and voluminous. I guess that's the Volume Express. Okay, drinking lots of water for a big day like this. Okay, and there you go. That is the makeup kind of done. I still need to put on my lipstick. Now, as for wig prep, I did just wash my hair, so I'm gonna let it air dry, and I can show you kind of how I do my wig prep in between the matinee and the first evening show. But as for now, I'm going to finish eating my breakfast. I'll pop on my lips, and then I'll check in right before we head back to the theater. All right, all ready to head to the theater. I think I'm going to show watch this first show since I'm not in. Got my lipstick on. I didn't mention it, but it's the Color Stay Satin Ink by Revlon. My favorite color is actually Backstage right now, but I did a little mix of a few, and that really holds up during shows, especially like if you're taking water breaks. It's not going to rub off too much on your water bottle. But anyway, 5 minutes to call time, so I'm going to boogie on over to the theater, and we will tick show number 1 off the to-do list today. Let's go. This is the most beautiful glassy sea day. Oh, wow. Oh, there's another one. Ah! Whoa. That's a fish. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Wow. So great. Ever did a really good job. job. After the show, I headed up to Cove Cafe for my double Americano. I'm also reading Crescent City right now, and I'm really trying to power through this brick of a book. It's really good. I've been carrying this around though with me all contract long, but I'm finally actually making a dent. Such a beautiful sea day. Right before the show, it was just as still as glass. It was beautiful. And there were even flying fish. Anyway, a little time has passed. It is now 4 p.m. So I'm going to go ahead and get my braids in. Sometimes I do braids, sometimes I do pin curls, but I like when I do braids because I feel like I can have my hair just out and about, whereas like pin curls, I'm like in hiding with my hat. And so I'm just gonna do my 2 little braids and I'll show you how I do that wig prep. So when I do pin curls, I normally do like them all over my head, but with the braids, what's nice is I just do 2 braids, splitting my hair down the center, and then I'll like tie them up. I tend to go back and forth between wig prep methods, mostly because I find that pin curls, my hair looks nicer when I take it out, so it is nice when I have something to do after the show, whereas like braids normally, it could look good, but you never know what you're gonna get. But I do find that if I have like a heavier track or like a lot of wig changes, that the braids just hold a lot better than the pin curls for me personally. So I'll just separate the hair out, get that one out of the way. So I'm just starting with a little French braid here up at the top, then I'm gonna work my way down and then tie them off with little rubber bands. So I will see you on the other side of these French braids. Okay, side number 1 done. Now, sometimes my lazy girl hack is to just twist the hair. Like I start at the top and I twist it really tight, like grabbing little bits as I go along up until like right behind my ear. And then from there, I would just braid the rest of it and like clip it in and secure it. But I figure today I have the time, I may as well give a nice little French braid. And then I will pin them up like a little halo and put my little clippies right on top, and then I put my hairnet over it. It's funny because like I always forget my hair is quite fine, and then I put it in braids and I'm like, hello? Like, where'd you go? I almost forgot. When I was backstage before the matinee, I grabbed my lipstick from my station, and it's that Color Stay Satin Ink again. This is in the color Your Majesty. I love it. This is like my go-to for the shows. So also, speaking of makeup, I might touch up just a little bit more, take away any of that shine. I'm gonna go grab some Daisy's Delights, grab like a little wrap or salad or fruit or something. I'm gonna go up and do that. I might bring my book still, read a little bit more outside. It's just a really beautiful day at sea, so I kind of want to spend a lot of time outside. Normally, if I'm in the matinee, I take a nap around this time, but I'm not feeling too tired, so I think I'm gonna roll with it. So let's go grab some lunch, and then we'll head back to the theater for show number 2. Gorgeous sunset. It is 5 o'clock now. Half hour is in 30 minutes. So I'm going to read for the next like 15 or so and then head down to the theater for show number 2. Show 2 complete. I forgot to mention I had a wardrobe change before the first evening show. A little more comfy. I'm wearing my cast jacket. Let me show you how cute the design is. It has this little logo here with M49, and then on the back it says Magic 49. So the plan now, I'm just gonna stay in my room in between shows. It's about 7:15 right now, and call time for show 3 is at 8:15, so I have a good hour. I think I might pop on a movie. I've been working on a puzzle, so I might get my puzzle back out and just relax for the next hour before show number 3. And then we're off to do it all again, one final time for the night. This is the puzzle that I'm currently working on. It's all these different Mickeys. It's pretty cute. I just have my puzzle roll-up mat. I haven't done that many pieces of it, so it kind of fell apart, but this mat is really good. When you have more of the puzzle together, it really keeps it all together, so you can just roll it up when you're not doing the puzzle. So super fun. I love having a little puzzle or something to work on in between shows. Sometimes I read, but I've read a lot today, so I'm gonna take a little break from the book. All right, see y'all in a bit. All right, we found a few pieces during the break, and it is that time to head back to the theater for show number 3. In the end, I wasn't pulled for any shows today, which really surprised me. I really thought that that was going to be the case just because it's a big day. People's voices and bodies get tired, but we're going to go on and cheer on the cast so they can get through their 3rd show of the day. grocery store, got a club soda and some popcorn as little treats, just for making it through a tough day. But as tough as these 3 show days are, it is always so fun and so rewarding, especially when the audience is really good. Luckily, we had 3 really great audiences, super engaged and cheering along and clapping for all the numbers, so that was really great. And even though I wasn't performing, it's so nice to be a part of the show still. But believe it or not, I still feel kind of exhausted, but it was a really great day. So I'm gonna just enjoy some popcorn, get ready for bed, crack open my soda. But I hope you had fun coming along for a 3-show day. It was super fun to bring the vlog around and just share what a day like this is kind of like. I'll go ahead and wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!